one beyond my wildest dreams. Maybe that road could have carried me to streets of gold. Things aren't always as they seem. Looking back on all the chances that I missed, some I held, some slipped away. One street over where my memories exist, I wondered what would change, I really couldn't say. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known that would have kept me from the one I had today. Time's gone by, I've traded like dirt into clay. I thought my memories would end. One street over's now 1,000 miles away. When I close my eyes, I'm back to where I've been. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known that would have kept me from the one I had today.
Oh, good morning. Good morning. How you doing, Robertson County? This is 1100 WSGI. I'm Utah Laverne, and this is One Street Over. Rich Top Rambler singing us in as always. They have put out the date for the Kilgore Station Bluegrass Festival. It is, I want to say like the 19th and 20th. I don't have my calendar in front of me. 19th and 20th of May. So they are again going with the month of May. Outstanding. Anyway, we'll talk more about that later. But that did come out this week that they have already put on the calendar, the Kilgore Station Bluegrass Festival. Right, I think the 19th and 20th of May is the date. But I'll get you some more details on that. Kaleb Stratton's getting comfortable here. Before I turn your mic on, let me go ahead. I can go ahead and turn your mic on. But we've got to do our Bible reading. I've got to go over what we've got for Bible reading today. And so today is the 16th. So if you're following along with us, we're doing the Bible reading, daily Bible reading from Bethlehem Baptist. And we're today reading Genesis 29 through 31 and then Psalms 9. So if you want to catch up and do this with us, read Genesis. We're in the 31st chapter of Genesis by this evening. And again, Psalms 9. So basically, we're reading 3 chapters of Genesis and one of the Psalms. And then you need to reach out to Rachel and get her emails that she sends. So much insight and so much study. And there's also a color code thing that she does where you code words as you read them through the Bible. And it's just neat. She does a really good job of her yearly Bible reading. And I'm doing that with them. So, again, read Genesis. Today, we're in Genesis 29 through 31 and Psalms 9. So, if you're not up to date, very simple. Just sit down and, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. What a better day to sit down and get in the Word and remember his legacy and sacrifice and what he did for this country. And, get in the Word and say, hey, I'm going to read through the Bible this year. I'm going to get it done. I've never done it. I've started 2 or 3 times, and I'm 60 years old, and I mean I'm in the Word all the time, but it's not something that I've never fully survived one of the 1-year Bible readings because I'm so easily distracted.
I know the feeling.
And so I'm gonna try to get this thing done. So what you doing?
How's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. What's going on? So we're officially, you never knocked on my door and brought me any deer meat. We talked about that.
We got plenty. I'll get you some.
Okay. Well, but here's the thing. My family did not harvest any. So I'm just saying, every year we talk about this because you and I have been doing this for a couple of years now. And
really?
I mean, yeah, we have been. Wow. We've been doing this a while, Kaleb.
Because time flies when you're having fun.
Because there's been a couple of different times I said, this is the year my family's going to harvest going to harvest a deer. And I don't want to because they're too cute and I don't want to do it. Okay, I don't have to, and so I'm not going to. And I just, it's just not. Oh, I'm not the hunter.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm hungry and I got to, I'm going to, but I don't have to, so I'm not. So anyway, I mean, I grew up with all that stuff, and but I recognize the need to harvest because they will, run us out. It will get to be too much. And did we harvest enough deer? What are the numbers?
We never harvest enough.
Okay.
Never.
Okay.
And we won't ever. So our numbers are really backwards. As far as bucks versus doe,
versus does.
Everybody wants to kill a buck. No, we don't have anybody. There are a few. I have some personal friends here in the county that they do. They go out to hunt to kill enough deer to feed their family for the year.
Yeah.
Because they don't go to the store and buy meat. They only use deer meat. But, these numbers should really be flip-flopped. You look at the number of bucks we killed. We killed 983 total bucks in Robertson County and only 640 does.
Oh, my.
Yeah. So the doe needs to be 3 times what it is if the buck's going to stay where it is. So, but I'm sorry, I lied. That was last year's we did. This year, though, it was closer. It was 1,200 bucks and 900 doe.
Man.
So just 300 off, but still, we want to see at least 3 times as many doe killed as we do bucks. But people just don't kill enough.
Wow.
My personal rule is if you kill 1 buck, then you need to kill 3 does. So for me this year, I killed 1 buck earlier in the season. I killed 5 does this year.
Okay.
And only killed the 1 buck. But for the whole state, though, we were up over 28,000 deer.
Wow.
That we harvested this year. We were only up about, we were up 16. Oh, wait a minute. 500 for the county, and so 500 more deer for the county. But again, that's just not near enough.
Okay.
At all. Just out of those deer, I can say personally on the farm I hunt on, one of the farms I hunt on, we killed 60 deer just on that property, over 60 deer just on that one property.
How many acres is it?
It's around 1,000.
Okay, I was going to say that's got to be a big.
Yeah.
That's got to be a big place if you're killing that many.
So, but it doesn't make a dent in them. It
Really?
doesn't. It's crazy.
Wow.
It is so crazy. Every year you go back, there's more and more. It's like the more you kill, the more that just they somehow repopulate.
Wow. I mean, and that's the thing. I've got quite a few that hang out at my place, and I've got neighbors that hunt and different ones. But I just I don't know. My kids keep saying, "Yeah, we're going to come hunt," and they never do. And so I don't know. I don't have a garden. If I had a garden, I'd be up in arms
Right.
because they just destroy it.
Got a good buffet for them there.
Well, yeah. And that's honestly and truthfully, the fact that we have so many deer is probably one of the reasons I finally just gave up on gardening. Because trying to keep them out of it, I was like, I just have all this great stuff. And I'm like, oh, I'm just ready to pick. I come out the next day and it's just destroyed.
Eaten up, yeah.
Yeah. And so I was like, forget it. I'll go to Aldi's, Kroger, Walmart, H.G.
Farmers
Mills.
Market.
Yeah, farmers, all those places. But, okay, so where are we? So we're completely finished with deer hunting.
Ended yesterday.
Ended with the kids, right?
The kids hunt on Saturday and Sunday. And it's over.
Okay. I had our chiropractor, Dr. Brown, the Wild Roots guy up in Clarksville. I think I heard him say the other day, and it was like the last day I had to go out and kill a deer. It was like I have just a minute to go out and get a deer, and so I think I heard that conversation. It was when we were up there, in his place, and I thought, yeah, you're right here at the last minute, buddy. But it's like a lot of people, they put it off to the last minute, like, oh, deer season's over, I gotta go harvest.
That's what I do. Yeah,
You do the same thing.
Yeah, even though I've killed a few throughout the year, I give them away to some people, and but yeah, the same thing. It's like, oh, it's Friday. Today's the last day I can go. Let's get out there. And Friday, of course, was Friday morning. I went, but it was snowing sideways and the wind was blowing. It was freezing cold. But
so I mean, that's just it. We did have a minute of rough weather, but I would think you would want it to be kind of cold when you're hunting.
You do, but with that wind blowing so hard like it was Friday morning, a lot of times the deer are just like us. They're not going to be
they're hiding
and get out in it. Yeah, they're going to go lay down and not get up.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless they absolutely have to.
So we've got deer season behind us. What's next?
So I'd like to say this is our dull time, and for hunting it is. So this is kind of like our slow period. But with that being said, that's when everybody wants to have their events. So we've got So we've already had the Nashville Boat Show. It was a couple weeks ago down in Nashville. We always work it. We always have a big setup there. next weekend in Clarksville, they're having the Hunting and Fishing Expo in Clarksville. It's put on by a radio station up there. They host it, and it's over there at Liberty Park, so we'll be working that the 27th, 28th, and 29th. Oh, man. Then after that, you got the Wilson County Boat and Fishing Expo. It's coming up at the first weekend of February. The National Wild Turkey Federation comes to town every year. It's the middle of February, so all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah.
And we have to go work all those events. We don't, I guess, well, we do have to. That's
Right.
just kind of our thing to go. And it's like PR stuff where we go and set up our booths and give out our information and all that kind of stuff.
Well, it's just like you do the fair.
Right, yeah,
different
just
things, just events.
Exactly,
Right.
yeah, just events. So
Yeah.
February and March are just slammed full of events. Something going on here close by, and I don't even know if this is out yet, but the Cedar Hill Baptist Church is having their wild game supper, and I'll be at that as well with the
Okay.
booth set up. It's not until March 3rd, so we still got some time for it, but they have it every year, and it's always a good time.
Well, my friend Jimmy Seitz does a lot of those
Yeah,
things.
Jimmy was there just a couple years ago.
Yeah. He's around, and he does a lot of stuff at this time of the year. You know,
Right.
you mentioned the boat show. I just kind of have to put this little plug in. It's just kind of funny. Because the boat show, okay, it's already happened. Usually it's in is it right? It's the
January, yeah.
Yeah, because my husband and I, when we were dating, went to the boat show with somebody who had come in. He was working for an out-of-state company, and a guy that was one of his supervisors came in and wanted to go to the boat show. So we went to the boat show. When we came back from the boat show, he asked me to marry him.
No.
So the boat show is always kind of like, oh, we got engaged during the boat show. Can't tell you for sure exactly what day it was, because it's kind of like, you want to get married? Sure. I mean, it was real romantic, you know. His buddy was in the house, and, you know, I was like, okay.
Did you buy a boat?
No, I don't want a boat. I have no desire.
Man, if you go to the boat show now, it
own.
just hurts your feelings.
Does it?
Oh,
well, you know,
gosh, there's not a boat there for under $100,000.
Okay, I've got a boat sitting in my at my place right now that my son owns. That he ended up buying it from somebody, and there's some engine issues with it. I can't tell you exactly what it is, but I think he said about $5,000 to buy that boat, and it's a nice boat, but it's got to have some engine work.
Right.
And so I mean, it's
Just about every boat out there does.
Well, but it's a nice boat.
Yeah.
So if you want a boat, guys, you need to come to my place, because I'm pretty sure he does not have time to do the work he's going to need to be done on it. So if you got that in your wheelhouse, he's storing it at my house right now. So
Boat is bring on another 1,000.
thank you. Yeah. Do you
That's
know
all
on a
it's something
boat?
to do. Not personally, no.
But you have
just the ones the state gives me.
Yeah, that you have to. That you have to run. So, and I mean, he has a boat. My son, that he also has a boat and a motorcycle. He's the veteran.
Right.
I mean, he does all the.
Got to have it all, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
let's go bungee jump. He's just kind of 10 foot tall and bulletproof all the time. So he's got to do all kinds of things that are fast and that kind of thing. So he has a boat, and so he loves it. And when would officially boating season begin? Because it'll be in a minute.
Too soon.
Yeah.
It's always too
Yeah.
soon.
He doesn't like boating season if you've not caught on to that. That's not his favorite thing.
So Memorial Day to Labor Day
Okay,
is
so
boating season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's boating season, Memorial Day to Labor Day. Obviously, the weather affects that a little bit, but
Well, yeah, they'll get out there earlier.
Oh gosh, yes.
Yeah, and I mean, if the weather's nice, they'll be out there this weekend.
No, not to bring up bad stuff, but I'll never forget a few years ago. I'm a big NASCAR fan. I sat down to watch the Daytona 500, and my phone's going off. And a lot of times I get people prank me from work because they're like, "Hey, you need to go do this." I'm like, "No." And I got a call about a fatal boat accident on Percy Priest, and I'm like, "Y'all are joking me right now." And they're like, "No, we're serious." I'm like, "No, you're kidding." And I'm like ignoring them, And sure enough, there was a fatal, and that was in February,
Wow.
So yeah, people are always on Priest regardless, or on any water, not just Percy Priest, but.
Well, and I have a friend that's a fisherman, and he fishes professionally and I mean, that guy, if there's any chance he can get on the water, he's fishing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's all. I mean, he's fishing. He's not
if you and I
married,
look at it, we're
doesn't
like,
have
we're
any
not going out there.
kids, And I mean, he's like, I can. Claude, what are you doing? I'm fishing. Of course, that's what I'm doing. But he worked with me at the Madison. Well, he's still at the Madison Church. But okay, so we've got all the events, kind of
Lots
a
of
lull.
stuff, yeah.
Got all kind of a lull and all the things that are as far as hunting. Now, if somebody wanted to find all these events, are these things posted posted on your website? How can they find out about them? Because the boat show, I wouldn't mind going to the boat show just kind of for the nostalgia.
Right.
But I missed
Well,
it.
the Wilson County one's pretty cool. You can go to that
Yeah.
one. So we don't have them on our website because these are just events we go to.
Okay.
But I was just mentioning them just because they're big events that a lot of
Right.
people love to go to. I mean, it's just, especially right now, it's cold. There's nothing to do. Everything's kind of winding down just with the holidays, and everybody's waiting on springtime now. So a lot of families are just wanting stuff to do. So
I wonder, I mean, do you think there is a place to go and find all these different things? Because
there is a website out there. It's
like for
you'd have to-
sportsmen or something like that.
no, I couldn't even tell you what it is, but if you go, you can Google it, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, there's these, like, you can just Google what's going on around Nashville.
Okay.
And it's like, I don't know who puts it on, but it just throws all this stuff
It'll throw
up.
it all up, and you'll find out about
We
the
personally,
sportsman events.
TWA, yeah, we don't have anything going on. Again, we're just attending these events.
Right. Well, that'll keep you crazy, because I mean that's when I was at in Nashville radio, there were remotes and events every single weekend. I'm not, honestly and truthfully, we were probably at the boat show because I was probably working it with radio.
Probably, yeah.
Honestly,
Yep.
honestly, that's probably the reason we were even there, because I was at all those events.
All right.
And so I get that, and it will wear you down very quick. So,
But yeah, starting in, and I probably ought to mention this or I'd get in trouble at my church. Let me look it up real quick.
Well, and I'm talking with Kaleb Stratton. We're talking about all things wildlife resources. He is he's a sergeant. He's not the wildlife resource officer for Robeson County. He is a regional sergeant. Is that correct?
District sergeant,
District sergeant. I'm going to get it right one of these
all right.
days. He's got sergeant on his shirt now, so that helps me a little bit. That reminds me, this is Sergeant Kaleb Stratton.
No,
And
I'm
so
still just Caleb.
Yeah, you're fine.
I don't
You're
like
fine.
the titles.
You don't like the pretense.
Yeah, just call me
So
Caleb.
anyway, so what were you going to tell us? You were looking something up.
So, well, first of all, going back a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
you're talking about Jason. We can't wait to get him in here one day. He can't talk about a lot of stuff right now, but he made some great cases this year. I
really?
will say that the sportsmen and women in Robertson County will be, and should be extremely proud of the work that he has put into this county already, just starting. So, I still get a lot of phone calls, so I try to send him everything. But he has made some heck of a cases this year for deer and deer poaching and people that were really, anything from minor stuff to people who were really poaching deer.
What poaching? Define that for me. Is that just if somebody comes on my private land and starts hunting without my permission?
Well, anything
Is
you
that
do
what it is?
illegally. Anything
Okay.
you do illegally. So,
Okay.
Spotlighting, which is riding around. A lot of people like to ride around and shoot them from their vehicles.
Is it illegal to shoot them from a side by side?
It depends.
Okay.
So if
I've
you're
seen
using
that.
it,
I've seen that, and I'm like, I don't think that's legal.
It is only if you're doing it the right way. You can't use your vehicle. You can use your truck or side by side, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the motor has to be off. You can't be just riding around in it. It has to be stationary.
Okay.
You can use it like a hunting blind. So
Oh,
you can't
okay.
just get up with your hunting blind and run around and chase deer around.
I got you.
You have
And
to
that's
be
kind
off.
of, I think, what they were doing. I saw that and I thought,
Oh yeah.
I don't know what's going on there, but I'm not sure you're supposed to be doing that. But I think they were just sitting in it.
Right.
So as long as it's not running.
Yeah, as long as you're
Okay.
not chasing the deer around trying to shoot them,
Okay.
you can use it as a quote hunting blind.
Okay.
And same thing with a truck or a car. I mean, you can do the
Okay.
same thing as long as you're off the roadway and off the right of way.
And it stopped and you're not.
Yep.
Okay.
Now
didn't
you
know
still
that.
have to wear orange. You still have to abide by all the other laws
Okay.
as far as that goes.
I had. I'm trying to find the article that I sent you guys. I sent it to Jessica too.
Oh, yeah.
What is that all about? I mean,
So I was, they've been looking at stuff like that. We're talking about the pistol braces on
yeah.
on like AR type pistols is what
Right.
that essentially is talking about. And I don't want to get into politics too much, but
No, but
it
I'm-
always sounds like they're trying to. And I say the government's trying to, say what we can and can't have with stuff, and some stuff I understand, but. So what they've done though, and that whole thing is 293 pages. So in no
Yeah.
way, shape, or form
Here
did
it
I
is.
read the whole thing.
Right.
But definitely, go to the justice websites, justice.gov website. You can pull it up there.
Okay.
You can read the whole thing. But essentially, it didn't ban anything. It didn't say you can't have them anymore. It's just the government's just trying to keep up with them, and so they want you to register what you have. And then if you buy one from now on, they just want it registered with the government. Just the government wants to know that you own it for some reason.
It's a rule on pistol stabilizing braces,
Right. So
basically. So I
mainly-
don't know what that is. I don't. I mean, I don't have a clue. And I mean, so that's why I sent it to you and Jessica. I was
Yeah.
like, what is this, and what does this
Now
mean?
a lot of your
Yeah.
big you big young people, they're up in arms about it for sure.
Yeah. Oh, I honestly and truthfully, anything done to regulate firearms, it upsets me because it's not legal. I mean, it's part of the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, and I don't care. I mean, it's just not.
Right.
And there should be. I mean, I grew up in the 60s and 70s
Yeah.
when the boys had their deer rifles in the back of the car.
Oh yeah.
We
Now
didn't-
you'd go to jail for that.
It's insane.
Pull up to a
and I
school.
mean, the fact that we regulate firearms in the way we do is against the Constitution. Period. And I mean, and I'm not a big gun person. I'm not a big hunter,
Right,
shooter,
yeah.
all that. It's not my thing. But I respect like crazy your rights to be able to do it. And I mean, it's just nuts. But anyway, let me pause here. I'm talking with Kaleb Stratton. He is the district sergeant for Wildlife Resources. Did I get it?
Got it.
Okay. And he's going to bring in our new wildlife resource officer to meet us. Jason, I've actually met him,
Yep.
but we haven't had him in, but we'll have him in on the show someday when you just decide to just surprise me and just bring him in with you. How about that?
Well, I was trying to get him in when he can talk about these cases a little bit.
I
too,
got
so.
you. I got you. And we've got Jessica Drake from the sheriff's office on deck, and she even came in on her day off, and so that means she's got Tommy with her.
I was gonna say she has a kid with
Yeah,
her,
she's got her baby with her, and so that's going to be fun. But she's off today for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Are you off today, technically?
It's a state holiday, but I'm not off. I got stuff to do. So.
You got stuff to do.
I got
so
to
you're
leave here and
taking-
drive straight to Mount Juliet. So
I got you. So, well, it's kind of me too. I've got classwork I got to get done because I just don't have any other time to do it. So I'm going to sit down and work on some stuff for my audio video class. But it's what we do. Anyway, we're here talking with Kaleb Stratton, and we'll continue with him in just a moment. If you have any questions for him about anything that might be coming up in regards to wildlife resources, any kind of regulation that you're concerned about, go ahead and put those questions up in comments, and we will share those with him. But while we are getting ready to finish up the show, let's go ahead, or finish up our time with Kaleb. Let's go ahead and talk about Barry and Rebecca Richards with the Exit Realty Garden Gate team, my friends in real estate and my friends from the Kilgore Station Bluegrass Festival. I'm so excited that we've got it on the calendar again. The weekend of the 20th of May is when we're going to be. It's the 19th and 20th. They'll have a fiddle competition usually on Friday night and a square dance, those kinds of things. Then, of course, the festival all day on that Saturday. But I cannot wait to be there. That's where I met Barry and Rebecca. They're always there, and that's a good place to just come in and sit and talk to them about your concerns. If you have some property you want to sell and you don't really know the timing on it, when should I sell it? Maybe you're wanting to buy and you don't even know where to start. Well, what they're going to do is they're going to put you on the path to, number one, get pre-qualified to see what you can qualify for. Interest rates are higher, so that means, it's different than it was a year ago. So if you got pre-qualified last year, you need to take another look at it and see what properties are out there that you can afford, that are within your price point, and they can help you out on both sides of the table. Now, if you really want your property that you're selling to shine, having a marketer on your team. Barry was a vice president of a media marketing company for 17 years. So he can come and make sure that when people are looking for properties, yours is going to pop off the page. Whenever they're scrolling through the internet, yours is going to stand out. It's going to have the best photography, the best videography. He does drone footage, all those things. He will make sure that they take more than a second look at your property. If you want to connect with them, go to sellwithbecky.com or buy.robertsoncounty.com. They specialize in Robertson County properties because they're up in Cross Plains. They've been there for over 20 years, but they also buy and sell in the surrounding counties and across the state line in Kentucky. Or you can just call them. Call Rebecca, 615-504-7425, 615-504-7425. Always tell them U-Turn sent you. Kaleb Stratton's in the house talking with us about all things wildlife resources. And really probably the only January, February will be kind of like, and then March, you're going to get right on back into everything, right? Wait, what's the next hunting season?
So the next hunting season will be turkey season, which it used to open in March, and now it's going to open in April. They've pushed it back a little bit. The agency and is partnering with UT Knoxville. We're doing a really big turkey study because we've had a huge decline in the turkey population over the last few years, and we're trying to figure out why. So they've been doing this study for years now, and the study is still going on. So we're actually going to do some trapping up here this winter too. So anyway, so they're thinking that the turkeys aren't having enough time to nest before we start shooting them. Or I'm sorry, they're thinking that we're killing the males before they can breed the hens. So they've pushed it back to give them more time to start their breeding process before we start hunting them.
Okay.
So.
Well, and the things change. What was typical 10 years ago is not necessarily the same rules today. Just because the climate change.
Yeah.
I didn't say that, but I mean things cycle. Cycle.
And that's what we think's happened. The thinking behind this whole study is we did such a good job bringing turkeys back that we overpopulated them, and there was just way too many of them. They just killed themselves out. So and now they declined so much, and now they're just gradually building back. I can speak for myself, and everybody sees it differently. But for me, just looking here in Robertson County, I can see how they went away for a while. We didn't have near as many, but now they're starting to build themselves back for sure. So.
Okay. Do you harvest turkeys?
Oh yeah. Yeah. You ask any hunter, I'd say the majority of them will say if you had to pick between turkey and deer, they say you can have the deer. We'll turkey hunt.
Really?
Yeah.
How come?
Just the excitement. It's harder. It's so much harder.
Okay.
And just so fun. Yeah.
Really?
Because it's so close. Bow hunting, you got to be close, but with the rifle, you hear people bragging all the time. Hey, you killed this one at 600 yards. That deer was half a mile away and didn't even see you. But the turkey, you have to get them within 20 or 30 yards. Just a few feet, 50 feet. So it's pretty intense, and they're so smart. Those turkeys are so smart.
That's why they almost were our national bird.
They were.
And I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Look it up. They almost were our national bird. And it is funny, because, they're not as cute as deer, so I'd shoot a turkey. I'd hunt turkey. Yeah. So I'm just such a girl with that. I'm like, well, they're not cute, so I'd shoot one of them. I wouldn't have a problem shooting them.
They are ugly up close. But, when you look at them, they're ugly. But the red, white, and blue head, man, you just can't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
But yeah, so that's coming up. But fishing, so I say fishing season normally starts, this time of year. And that's what I was going to mention. So our church, I go to Grace Baptist, and a few years ago they started, it's called Anchored by Grace Fishing League.
Right.
And so that's going to start March 4th. So anybody's welcome to come. It's a fun time. They travel all over, Middle Tennessee mainly.
Okay.
Fishing and everything. So.
Okay.
And the payouts are pretty good. You win money. First place will win each event. They pay out $800.
Oh wow!
So if you finish first place, it's $800. They'll pay all the way out to fifth place, which is $150. So if you finish first and catch the biggest fish of the day, you win $1,000 because it's $200. You get $200 for the big fish. So.
Did you happen to see the post I put up with my niece in that big pike?
Yes, I did actually. So, oh man, that thing was huge. I know. Well, so to me, I'm glad you put that other picture because to me, I'm like, oh, that's a big fish. But then you look at the normal size ones, and then that one, and it's like, man, that thing needs to be sitting on the wall somewhere.
Well,
probably.
It is. Yeah. Somebody asked me, they said, well, are they going to cook it or are they going to mount it? And so I asked her, and she said, yeah, it's being mounted. Because it's a beast.
Oh, yeah. Well, compared to those.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy. And you need to go to my Facebook page and look at this, because our niece, Riley is just a sportsman. She has raised livestock and horses. She is just that girl. Right. She is a farm girl, and she's just awesome. I just love her, and she respects it, and she just works her tail off.
That's awesome.
On the farm, and she's just a farm girl, and so she just excels in sports and those types of things. And so when it comes to getting out and ice fishing with her dad, of course she caught something like that. Of course she did. Of course she did. But you need to go see that if you haven't. It's a northern pike. It was what my husband told me that is. I have no idea, but I love going up north. Have you ever gone up and ice fished or anything?
No,
I'm
really probably
need
too much of a weenie for that.
Oh man, if you ever want to go north and enjoy the northern sports, we'll hook you up, because the family, my husband's brother, owns a deer camp up there.
Oh, cool.
And so we could hook you up.
Yeah,
we can hook you up if you really want to go to the northern woods.
That would be cool. I'm not
check
gonna lie.
it out. And you could go ice fishing. You wouldn't have to hunt. You wouldn't have to go, because hunting up there is expensive out of state and all that kind of stuff, isn't it? To do it out of state.
Every state.
But see, you could go up there and ice fish. That would be an experience for you.
That would.
So if you ever want to do that,
I've never done it. Yeah.
If you ever want to do that, so I'm just saying. But there's Lambo tickets up there too that the family owns.
Oh,
for
really?
Lambeau Field, 4
Oh, yeah.
tickets. So
There's never good weather for that up there, is there?
no, first time I went to see, I've only seen the Packers play at Lambeau twice. First time it was 0 at kickoff. 0 at kickoff. And there were some crazy people there with no shirt on.
Oh, I see it on
And
TV all
it
the
was
time.
insane. They're going to die. It was just insane. But yeah, if you ever want to go ice fishing, anything like that up north,
Yeah.
we could probably set something
All
up.
right.
So, but it's cool. All right, talking with Kaleb Stratton. If nobody has any more questions for him, I guess we can just say, well, we're done. Any parting thoughts in the last couple of minutes here?
Not much. Just
Okay.
glad it was a safe season. We didn't have any.
Yeah,
We didn't have any
everything was good.
any major injuries that I know of, or
Okay.
anything. No fatalities that I know of. So that was great statewide.
Awesome.
So that's
That is fantastic.
That's really
And
good.
that speaks, too, to the fact that we're doing better about education.
right. Hunter
So-
education. Yeah,
Yeah.
wearing orange. We're not getting shot, so that's good.
Right. So what about hunter education? Do you have anything coming up soon that's...
Nothing's set up. I'm glad you mentioned that, though. I've had a lot of people ask, which I'm glad, because you can do it online on your
Right.
own right now. But
Right.
people still want the in-person class, and I'm really
Right.
glad to hear that. So be looking probably on our website, on my Facebook page. I share it, so if I share it, you can share it.
Okay.
But I'll we try to normally have a class in March.
Okay.
So
we'll kind of put
right
that on
before
the...
spring turkey season. We try to have a class. So
And what's the age limit on it? Because I've got
you
a
have to be 9.
Okay, so my grandson's not
Yeah.
ready, even though he has a lifetime license.
Right.
Yeah, he is not
Yeah.
quite
So
ready.
he didn't even need that license till he's 13. So.
Okay,
So that's good.
very good. Awesome. Kaleb Stratton, our wildlife resource district sergeant.
That's it.
I'm getting it. District sergeant. Thank you, brother. Thank you
you.
so much. You have a great day. And we'll reset and do an ad while we let Jessica and Tommy come in and hang out. She messaged me yesterday and she says, I'm technically off. Can I bring Tommy with me? I'm like, absolutely. Absolutely, you can bring Tommy. Okay, so would like to know about the bounty on black carp. Before you leave, Kaleb, somebody's asking, do you have a bounty on black carp? Kaleb Stratton, come back in here real quick. I got a cool last second question I just saw. Bounty on black carp.
No, we don't have any bounties.
Oh, hang on. Go. Go.
No, we don't have any bounties on anything. So
Okay. So no bounties
Unfortunately.
on black carp. That's a no, Jonathan. Okay. Now you're dismissed. I just didn't want to miss that question, so we'll let y'all make the switch. Jess coming on here with Sweet Tommy, and I'm going to talk to you about my friends at Corbin Creek Greenhouse Gifts and Gardening Center. Go and see them. I'm down to 1 bottle of oil, so I'm gonna have to get over there pretty soon. Hey, sweet boy, and. I'm going to have to get down there real soon because I cannot run out of my CBD oil. It helps me so much with my arthritis, you guys. I cannot say enough about it. It is so helpful to me when it comes to inflammation issues, and it may be a game changer for you. So if you're wondering what they're doing during the winter hours, well, keeping you up to date on all the things that are going on with CBD and the products you need to maybe really make a difference for you with sleep issues. Maybe they've got like a headache salve you can get. They've got they've got like a bug salve if you get bit, and it's like a little itch salve. They've got, of course, pain salves that Amy and Miss Jane make right there in the house. All kinds of products that you need to go by and see. And you can also just walk through the greenhouse and just get a feel for what's coming, because spring will spring before you know it, and you need to be ready. Now's the time to get your garden growing exactly like it needs to be growing. And you can, when we have the milder weather in the cold months, you can till the soil, get things ready. Everything that you need to know about gardening, they are your source. Go and talk to Amy right now. Well, it's not quite so busy. The hours, stay up to date with the hours as they are. They change them depending on the weather. Right now, they're at their winter hours, 10 to 4, Monday through Saturday, and then Sunday they're open 1 to 4. Go by and see them today. You can call them at 615-384-3185, 615-384-3185. They're at 4920 Highway 161 in Springfield. And always, please, talk to them and let them know that their ad dollars are working and that U-Turn sent you. Jessica Drake and Tommy in the house. Oh my goodness, darling. Coming out with Mama. Oh my stars. And I mean, the question, can I bring Tommy? Of course you can always bring Tommy. Are you kidding me? That's awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. So how old is he now?
The 18th, he will be 6 months.
Okay, so he's
Yep.
right behind
Yep.
my grandson. He is right behind my grandson. So he's got that little crinkle toy too.
This
So
is his favorite toy.
That's his favorite toy.
That and Mickey Mouse.
That and Mickey Mouse.
So,
Oh my
we take
goodness,
that everywhere.
sweetheart. Well, we finally got the blocks out there for you.
Yeah.
So
he
you've
said
got your
that.
blocks,
Yeah.
and so those are they're hardwood. He can chew on them, everything, and so
Yeah, he's gotten to where he's found his hands recently, so now he's
Oh,
like
of
really
course.
understanding.
Yep.
I can grab
Choo
stuff.
choo choo, and oh my goodness, how are you doing?
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we're off today, and so I appreciate you coming in on your day off.
No problem.
So my goodness. But I'll let's start. Go ahead and pull that microphone right to your mouth.
All
I
right.
think we'll pick up more of you and less of the crinkle.
There we go.
So there we go.
that-
But yeah, but
is
you
that
talk
better?
right into it. Yes.
Is that better?
There you go. And so let's just start with this this thing that came
Okay.
out, this news story, because when I saw this, I sent it out to both you and Caleb just to say, hey, what do you guys know about this? Because this is kind of an odd thing. It's a new ATF rule on pistol stabilizing braces, and so. Do y'all have to deal with that? Is that something they're wanting you to register them? Is that something you guys as a sheriff's department have to get involved with?
I hadn't heard anything about it
Okay.
at all until you sent that media thing, and of course, I'll go straight to the source to find that. That's when I sent you the Department
the
of
Justice
Justice
Department, yeah.
stuff. And I mean, from what I read, it says that it's not a ban. I think it says something about just you have to follow the rules for that specific rifle.
And you have to
type thing.
register, I think.
Something like that. So I'm not. It hasn't been really.
It hasn't
been
come
dis-
across
yeah,
y'all's
it
desk, because
hasn't really come across
that was my
desk yet.
concern. I was like, okay, if this is a new rule, have they gotten the sheriff's office involved with it and saying, hey, you need to enforce that this rule is followed? And so I always wonder
I
about stuff
specifically
like that.
haven't- Yeah, I specifically haven't heard anything. But as far as it's the ATF that
It says a new
Yeah.
ATF rule
Yeah.
that came down, and so I don't know. But it's like Caleb said, it's so much politics,
Yeah.
so much politics. And I mean, I'm not a proponent of any. I don't like regulation on weapons because that's Second Amendment, it's constitutional, and that's me talking, not her. But I don't think we should. I grew up in the era where we had deer rifles in the back of cars when we were at school. Nobody thought a thing about it. And it's just a different time. It is a
Yeah.
different time.
all I know is what I've read from
Okay.
the DOG website, and
Okay.
I just kind of read it over quickly when you sent me
Right.
that media article.
Right.
But I mean, we haven't encountered anything with it.
Okay, very good. And we're talking with Jessica Drake. She is the Public Informations Officer. Did I get that right? For the Sheriff's Office. Public Informations.
Yeah.
I actually got it right. I'm learning. If I don't write Tommy's going to get mad, buddy. But she has got Tommy with her today because it is actually Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So you've got the day off.
Yep.
And I'm thank you
we
so
just
much
hanging
for
out.
coming in. I just can't. I'm so impressed that you bothered to come in on a day. I would have just said,
just
"Hey,
hanging
Laverne,
out."
today's my day off. I got my little one with me, and I'm just going to enjoy the day." But thank you so
it
much.
ain't very long.
Well, I appreciate it so much. Now, the one thing that I do want to cover is because we are in this time of being in the cold weather, and I think so many of us do not really think about and we take for granted is, oh, I'm not going to break down. I'm not going to have any problems.
Exactly.
But it happens.
Yep.
It happens. So what do we need to, the temperatures are mild today, I know, but we could have a polar vortex or whatever that thing was again.
Yeah.
What do we need to do to make sure we don't get stranded in the cold? Or
pretty
if we
much,
get stranded in the
you have to
cold?
do your vehicle maintenance. Now, watch the sheriff's office Facebook because we do. January is actually every Monday we do like a cold weather safety post.
okay.
For vehicles.
Okay.
And the biggest thing is just make sure your maintenance is done on your vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you got the oil change, the wipers done, the de-icer, all that in there. And another thing is if, when you got your de-icer spray and the scraper and the brush and all of that, if you leave it in your vehicle, make sure that you have something maybe in your house that you could take out, because if your vehicle is froze, you can't get in to get your stuff.
That's a good point. And and that's
Because
something.
most people leave it in their cars.
Yep.
But and I know it based off of experience.
Me
and
too.
I went into the car to go get it, and well, guess
Couldn't
what?
get in the
I
car.
couldn't get in the car. So
That's hysterical, but that is such a good point. So you need to get all these things, maybe have a set in your car,
Yeah.
but have one in the house, and just to make sure. And I have got so many ice scrapers and things like that around the house, but I can never seem to find them when I need them. I try to keep one on the door of my car, but that one's got like a little chip in it, and it doesn't do a great job. It'll work, but and I mean, so many of us, we really want to turn our cars on and let them warm up, and you just can't do that anymore.
Yes,
You
and so
cannot walk
that-
away from them unless they're locked.
That brings me to the other
Yeah.
point that, you know, a lot of the cars now have like the remote start, so it's locked and everything.
Right.
But still watch your vehicles because,
Yeah.
I mean, it's something that you want to do because you don't want to walk out and your car be gone. You
Yeah.
wonder where it's at. So the biggest thing is get out early enough to get the snow, the ice off your car, because if you're only doing that little hole that's big enough for you to see,
That's not safe.
tunnel vision.
You're fine. You're fine.
Tunnel vision. That's very unsafe for you and for others because you're not seeing what's around you. You can't, you know, look to the left, look to the right very well. You just gotta make sure that your safety
Yeah.
with your vehicle is where it needs to be.
Well, and we all see those people that are driving down the road and there's like this little window, and you just think, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? That is not a good
yeah,
idea.
you can't
but
do
it's
that.
like,
And then, you know, like people don't think about the snow on the top of their cars
Oh, yeah.
when they're driving, and then you come to a stop and it just slides directly into the car in front of you. So you got to remember that.
yeah. Or just down on your windshield, and you're going to have to pull over and re-scrape and get ready and do the thing again.
Yeah.
So,
And
but
also just remember you got to drive for the condition that you're in. So when it's snowing, there's snow on the ground, you can't be driving like it's July. You know what I mean?
Oh, yes.
You have to be careful with your driving and drive at the speed that the condition calls for.
Absolutely, absolutely. Talking with Jessica Drake, and it's just that winter month that we're thinking about the things that you need to have in your car to make sure you stay safe. And is there a list of things that you really need to have in your car should you break down and it's cold?
So you need to have obviously the prep stuff. Have your scraper, have your de-icer, but have some blankets. Have some maybe change of clothes. Have extra jackets, stuff that you can keep warm because if you slide off on the side of the road, because I mean, nobody slides off on the side of the road in Robertson County. We all know that.
She says sarcastically, it happens all the time.
It happens all the time. But when you're broke down or you're on the side of the road in the middle of a snowstorm or something, we had a lot of that last year, and you're
Yeah.
waiting on a tow truck, you could be waiting hours.
Yes, you can.
You can be waiting a long time because guess what? You're probably not the only one
Right.
that's there. So have some blankets and some warm clothes in there just in case you need them. You never know, because who knows what happened to your vehicle, if it's going to even be able to start or how long you're going to have to leave it running.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because some people, they don't like to go to the gas station and keep their car full.
And that's
I am a bad person for doing
Well,
that
I am
too.
too, and my husband, being that he grew up north, there's just a rule up in his family: you do not let them get below a certain level,
Exactly,
especially in the
because
winter.
you never know.
Yes,
You never know. So
Yeah.
yeah, keep your car full,
Right.
because you might you don't know how long you're going to be sitting on the side of the road one time.
that's exactly
It's
right.
just like having insurance. That's your insurance, is making sure you have all of the prep work done. You hope you never need it, but you have it if you do.
Right. And it's just, you never know what you're going to run into with the weather here. I've got so many friends that have moved here from other places, especially California, and they're just loving all the variety of the weather. But because we get it and we get all of it, and we're really just getting started. February can be crazy. So, I mean, we've got a good 6 weeks of hard winter.
Oh, yeah.
Still in front of us. So just know that it's really just getting started, and
Yeah.
really, you just never know. We could have a
Wake up.
mild winter, but I don't really think we're going to.
No.
I think we'll have several blasts of really cold stuff and some
Yeah.
more snow. I think we'll have it, but we'll
Just
see.
give yourself an extra 15 minutes in the morning to wake
Mm-hmm.
up. Set your alarm a little bit earlier so you can go out. Make sure you got to do what you need to do for your car to get it drivable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so that way you're not rushing because you decided to do it when you're supposed to leave regularly during normal weather.
Right.
And so now you're rushing, and now you're driving unsafe.
Yeah,
in these
bundle up,
conditions.
take your coffee out to the car, crank it up, and just sit in there while it warms up. Just, take one of those extra blankets you have in the car, you can wrap up while it's sitting there and warm it up. That way you don't have to walk off and leave
Yeah.
it and try to try to let it heat up. Talking with Jessica Drake. She is with the Sheriff's Office. She is their public information officer. And how long have you been at this job? How long have you been there? You've talked about it, but
now I have been at the Sheriff's Office. April will be 10 years.
Wow!
Yeah,
Congratulations.
10 years.
That's wonderful.
And I have been the PIO since 2018. I was
Right.
appointed to PIO when Sheriff was first elected Sheriff.
Right. Did you meet your husband in the sheriff's office? That's what I thought. I think that's just the neatest little story. I just think you're so cute. I just love it. I just love those kinds of stories. I think that's really sweet. How long have y'all been married now? This is 5 years. We like to tell people stories while they're sitting here on the porch with us, just talking. That's just what we do. And now look at little Tommy. Oh, so sweet. But we're talking with our friend Jessica Drake about the Sheriff's Office. She comes in every other month to talk to us about all the things going on. And I'm going to go ahead and turn your mic down, and I'm going to talk about Cumberland Connect for a minute, our sponsor for this half hour of the show. And I cannot say enough about how excited I am to have Cumberland. I was driving down the road yesterday, and Cumberland Connect was in front of somebody's house, and I almost stopped and accosted them and said, "When are you coming to my house?" I wanted to knock on their door and say, "When?" But it's going to be soon. They have already got the box on the utility pole by my house. And according to Dr. Kaza, he was kind of walking me through the process. He says they'll come and then they'll put the box on my house, and then they'll call me and say, now we're ready to run it inside the house. And so I'm still, honestly, it could be days, it could be a couple of weeks, but it's going to be very, very soon that I'm going to have the connectivity of Cumberland Connect, and I cannot wait. I'm going to go through and just turn off all kinds of things. I'm definitely getting rid of Dish Network. I'm going to get rid of AT&T. Those two things right there alone, I think I'm paying $50-$60 to Dish. I'm paying about $65 to AT&T. So when I cancel those and go to just my to my Cumberland Connect, that's going to be a savings right there. Now I'm going to have to replace my local television that I have on Dish, so I'm going to have to pick up a subscription for that, probably through YouTube TV. And if this is making you think, I don't even understand all this, they have workshops that you can go to at Cumberland Connect if you've got a lot of questions about how does this work. Once I have great connectivity, what are my options and what are some of the things I can do? And they can walk you through it with a workshop. But if you can go to cumberlandconnect.org, put in your phone number or put in your zip code, and that'll tell you when they're coming to your neighborhood. Now, you have to be a Cumberland Electric customer. This is for Cumberland Electric customers. This is a utility now. They want to make sure everybody has great connection. And they're also, if you're having some issues, you just think, man, I can't even afford just the base package. They have the Affordable Connectivity Program, and it's providing qualifying households with monthly credit to help them pay for internet services. If you're eligible, you may receive a credit of up to $30 per month toward broadband services. So you could they've got a $30 package for folks that are needing help with it financially. So you can qualify maybe even to get free internet with that $30 credit, or you could get a $30 package, which is a lower cost to make sure you can get good connectivity in your home. It's a utility now. Everybody needs it. So many people work from home. So much studying is going on at home. And so the kids that are in school need it. If you have questions, there is a phone number you can call as well. 1-800-987-2362, 1-800-987-2362. Please always let them know that you turn Fincher when you talk to them. Talking with Jessica Drake, our public information officer with the Robertson County Sheriff's Office. Talking about all things cold weather related. Meeting Tommy. So tickled to meet your little one. He is going to be 6 months old really, really soon. He is adorable. Those blue eyes. My goodness. Does Dad have blue eyes? I figured he is a cutie pie. But we're so thankful on your day off, on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. You even came in to see us, and we appreciate you so much. And I hope everybody will take time to remember the sacrifice of Dr. Martin Luther King. I will mention again, we are doing a monthly Bible, or we're doing a one-year read through the Bible. Today would be a really good day to spend some time in the Word and catch up. And just read Genesis. Get in the Word, read Genesis. We'll be finishing with Genesis 31 today. The scriptures are Genesis 29 through 31 and Psalms 9 specifically for today. But if you want to catch up and read along with us, read Genesis and you'll be caught up, and Psalms through 9 and you'll be caught up. And you can need to reach out to Rachel Culver at Bethlehem Baptist and get her emails that she sends out with special studies and things like that they're doing. Oh, and they're also tomorrow night starting to study with Christy McClellan, Gospel on the Ground. And that's going to be fabulous. I'm already committed to Epiphany Baptist Church for Celebrate Recovery, but if you're free, and man, that's going to be an excellent study. Excellent study. I cannot say enough about it, but that's happening at the Bethlehem Baptist Church. So back to what we've got going on with Jessica. We need to talk about your SOS program, because I think, don't you think? I think that's something that's really crucial at this time, and not just looking at what the Sheriff's Office does with SOS, but also for those who are not signed up for SOS, just keeping an eye on our neighbors at this time of the year.
Yeah, so basically the SOS program, Senior Outreach Service, that's for anyone that's 60 years of age or disabled. And basically what it is, it's a program where you have an officer that's basically assigned to you. And once a week, that officer calls and checks on you and sees if you need anything. And if you do need anything, he gets the sources available to get you what you need. Typically it's usually a phone call, but a lot of times they'll go to the house and check on them. A lot of times it's, just having some conversations, and it's one of our programs that our deputies love, because one, they get to have a really nice conversation, which is great because it kind of takes you out of like the normal daily things that you're doing. And it's a great community, almost like community bonding, because you're there, you're meeting new people, you're getting to know each other, and they love the program, and it's helped quite a few. And the one thing about this program is most of the people that need the program aren't on social media where it's normally advertised on. So the biggest thing about this is word of mouth, and that's what we really need. And we need word of mouth, and we just need vigilant neighbors, because if you know somebody that lives alone and may benefit from this program, you can reach out to us at the Sheriff's Office and let us know, and we'll go check on them and see if they'd like to be on that program.
Right.
It doesn't have to be, they don't have to sign themselves up. You can contact us and say, hey, I think this person might benefit. They're down here, and we'll take note of that, and we'll go check on them.
And it doesn't hurt, because the sheriff the deputies can knock on the door and just say, hey, this program's available. Did you know about it? Do you want help? And they may say, no, I don't. And sometimes people don't think they need help, and it might just put them on the radar to where they can kind of start checking on them. And there's so many people that they try to stay independent, but just having somebody check on them, that's my
all
mom.
it is.
My mom's older, and my brother's right there. So she's got my brother that's checking on, that's checking on her constantly. So, but when you don't have that, I think about I think about that a lot, because here, I'm out of state and my mom's there. What if we didn't have my brother and his family there with her?
Well, we have one person on our program. All she has is her daughter, and her daughter is in the military in Alaska.
Oh, wow.
And she lives here in Robertson County. And the daughter let us know how relieved she is that her mother is on this program.
You bet.
Because it gives her that extra reassurance to know that her mother has somebody there that's checking on her on a regular basis. And, she's out fighting for our country. And, she's taking care of everything she's taking care of. So, that's the least that we can do.
Well, and just think about it, too. You've started a relationship that if she can't, get in touch with her mom, she can call you and say, hey, y'all run by there and check on her. Just make sure, because I can't get her on the phone.
Yep.
Something like that. Because, I'm one of those, when I can't get my children on the phone, I get worried. I can't imagine how.
And that's what we do. If we can't get them on the phone, we're going to check on them, too. And we've had a couple times where they're looking and coming to find out, we're calling their emergency contact, like what's going on, like where they, and they're at the senior center. They're at the Y exercising or something. And we're like, okay.
Well, but
we'll find them and see if they're okay.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm telling you, the Meals on Wheels program that we have done at the church, I can't begin to tell you how many incidents we've had where, because we were going and checking on them, they needed help. We've had it happen many times. And so it's just a wonderful program. So the SOS program, they have an app that you can put on your phone, as a matter of fact, and it makes it very easy to plug in with the SOS program and all the things that they have to offer from the sheriff's office. Are you getting sleepy on us, Tommy? See, I'm about ready to go sleep. I'm about ready to take my morning nap. But what else do we need to talk about? Oh, I know.
Yes.
Hiring.
Yes.
Is that it? Is that
Yes.
on your? Yes.
So
Very good. Let's talk.
Number one on my list.
Okay.
So basically, we have launched a new basic kind of incentive pay. And for any new hire, we are offering a $3,000 sign-on bonus.
Whoa.
We're very excited. We just started this January 1st. And pretty much it's going to be for corrections. So a corrections officer, post-certified officer, which is going to be patrol deputies and school resource officers. You don't have to be post-certified for corrections officer.
Okay.
And so it's going to be for those 3 positions, and our pay for that is going to be, let me pull it up just to make sure. Our pay for a corrections officer is $18.75 to $23.05, and patrol deputy and SRO is $20.25 to $24.89. And that's going to be based off a year's experience. So
Okay.
we put that into account. But yes, apply with us. You get hired on. It's a $3,000 sign-on bonus. We're really hoping that we can get some qualified people in the door. And because, I mean, we're shorthanded and...
Yep, absolutely. And so how many hires do you need right now? Do you have like a number? Do you have a number?
So right now we are about 26 down,
Okay.
which is big. And ooh, you okay? There we
So-
go. Yeah. So
He's sleepy.
Yeah, he is.
So I'm rubbing
He
them
got
eyes.
up a little bit early.
So
He
I'm
got up
ready
a
to go
little bit
sleep.
early.
I'm ready to go sleep. But and so what else have you got before? Because I mean, if he needs to go, you
Oh, no,
certainly
we're
can
good.
go. But
We're good. He's just hanging out.
so we've got hiring. Everybody's hiring. But if
Everybody's
you,
hiring. Everybody's hiring.
When I saw the signing bonus, though, I thought, oh, there you go. Sweet
And
little
now,
pot.
with the holidays over, a lot of people aren't looking for jobs during the holidays anyways. You don't want
Yeah.
like, a big change when you got the holidays going on. But the sheriff's office is a career. So if you're looking at wanting a career, wanting to be something that you're proud of doing, wanting something that you can go in and you can do all sorts of different jobs. We have that because we got corrections officers, we got patrol deputies, we got school resource officers, we got court officers, we got administration. We've got so many different positions that you can do based off of what your interest is.
Absolutely. What kind of an age requirement is there?
It's 18 years old.
Okay.
So you got to be 18 and you have to have graduated or basically have a high school diploma or GED. And
we've got actually Jordan Osborne's coming out to the school tomorrow to talk to our seniors about job opportunities, kind of a job fair thing. And I've got some seniors in my class that I'm talking with at Greenbrier, and a lot of them just not really sure where they want to go yet and what they want to do. And I mentioned things like the military and law enforcement, and that it's a good path, it's a good career path, because some of them just don't have a clue what they want to do yet, and that's okay. But
that's
you
okay.
you do have to adult now.
But you
have
also
to,
got to think if you start with the county at 18, 30 years you can retire.
Yeah.
With TCRS, that's our retirement program that we use. And so when you're 48 years old,
Yeah.
you've already got a retirement in the bank,
Yeah.
and which is pretty good.
Yeah.
So we've got retirement, we have medical, dental, vision, different programs in those that you can have. Then we have a wellness program. And that we have like an on-site gym. We have different pay differentials. So if we got specialized pay for like if you were on the emergency response team or if you're on the negotiations team. We have different positions like even in the corrections. We have booking officer. We have field training officer, facility training officer. Field training is for patrol. You have your ranks, which is corporals, sergeants, lieutenants, captains. I mean, it's endless possibilities of what you can do.
Absolutely. So what if they want to find out more about these jobs? Where's the best place to go? We're coming up on the end of the show here.
The best place to go is just go right on our website, robertsonsheriff.com/careers. Everything's there. And you can apply right there on there. We're on Indeed too, but it's going to take you to our website for that. And then of course you can always just call the sheriff's office. We can answer any questions. You can come up to the main sheriff's office lobby. We'd be happy to talk to you. You can go on our app. It's available on our app. We also have an Instagram account now. We just started that.
Fun.
We're a little late to the game, but we finally have one. And then you can go on there, and we've got our flyers of all the information on there too, with links to the website. The best place to go is the website because all the information's right there, and to apply is right there as well.
Yeah, Tommy's like, I'm done, Mom. I'm done. I got up early and I came to the radio station. So you bring him anytime, though. A lot of fun to see him, and so excited for you. And what a fun year you have ahead of you.
Yeah, he's getting mobile.
Yeah, of course he is. So
He's getting mobile.
You bet.
So
And
we're all
that's a
over the
whole new world when
Yeah.
they start moving.
Yeah.
I had two. You figure my twins were my first, and so when we had two of them getting mobile
I
and
can
they
only
would
imagine.
assist each other, that's the reason why people come to my house and we had locks on the top of the doors, because we had to keep everything completely outward, because they would assist each other in getting into trouble. Anything else that you want to mention before we wrap it up here?
I think that's about it. I will say we want to give a big shout out to Deputy Jim Miller. He retired. He was a school resource officer.
Yeah.
A lot of people know him.
Oh my goodness, Tommy, say I'm done.
He retired with 42 years of service at the sheriff's
Wow.
office. Yes.
That's
so his
amazing.
retirement was December 31st. And we wish him all the best, and we thank him for all of the work that he has done in his 42 years. There's so much experience right there.
Yeah.
That he was able to give to all the people that he worked with, our deputies now. Great mentor.
Yeah, and we love our student resource officers. Sergeant Ripley, he is the one at Greenbrier, and we appreciate so much. And it's something I did not realize, that they are actually employed by the sheriff's office.
They are employed by the sheriff's
Yeah.
office. We are under a memorandum with memorandum with the school as far as like the pay and everything.
He's done.
But as far as employment, they are deputies.
Okay.
So people need to remember that yes, they are deputies of the sheriff's office.
There you go.
They are law enforcement officers.
And we appreciate our SRO officers. We appreciate you, Miss
He goes
Jessica.
at 8 o'clock.
And we appreciate you too, Mr. Tommy, for coming in here. Thank you so much for being a part of what we are doing today here on One Street Over. Tomorrow was normally Mayor Billy Vogel's day. He will not be here because they will not be having their meeting tonight. And so we'll see what we got going on tomorrow. Honestly, right off the top of my head, I'm not sure, because it just until this moment I didn't realize. I was like, oh yeah, he's not going to be here tomorrow. But we will have something fun for you, I promise you. So be sure and stay with us on One Street Over. God bless. Have a wonderful day. And remember, this is 1100 WSGI.